So to begin the process of connecting your supply line to your supply tank and running it to the filling machine, you first need to correctly identify the supply line and then insert it into the supply tank and cut it to the correct length. Now, to insert your supply line and begin working with it and run it over from your supply tank over to the filling machine, there's going to be a 4-step process involved. First, you're going to take your supply line, which is this white, opaque, very hard, seemingly almost inflexible sort of line here, and you're going to straighten it. Then you're going to, number 2, insert it into the supply tank. Number 3, you're going to measure and cut it to length. And then number 4, you're going to insert it over into the filling machine injector needle here. So let's begin with step 1, which is straightening this supply line. The supply line, like I said, is made of a white opaque material. It's actually food grade PVC, and it comes in a very tightly wound like this when you receive it. Now, in order to begin working with it, you're going to want to kind of unwind it and straighten it out a bit. And the easy way to straighten it out is to take and get gloves on to do this, because really you don't want to wipe a lot of grease or whatever dirt may be on your hand on the hose as you're doing this. So you'll want to take it in your hand and basically bend the hose back using your hand and thumb against the actual curl that is developed into it as it was wound. What this will do as you pull it through here and bend it all the way is begin to straighten that curl out. And as you can see now, it kind of hangs pretty straight. As we do that all the way down here to the tip, after we've pretty much unwound, and it doesn't have to be perfect, this doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but you really want to get it just about as straight as you possibly can. You're going to now go and move on to step 2, which is inserting it into the top of your supply tank. Now, the top of your supply tank has a hole that is in the dead center of it. That is the hole that you are going to insert this hose into. Now, you're just going to insert the hose into that and just start pushing it down with a little bit of force, but do it slowly, because what you're searching for is for that hose to hit the bottom of the tank. And when it does, you're going to feel a little bit of pushback, and it's not going to actually insert itself very easily anymore. And mine has just about hit here. Now, once it's hit, you're going to measure exactly 3 feet from the top of this tank all the way over to the rest of this tube here and then cut it. 3 feet, I found, has been the optimal length in order to provide enough, the least amount of space and the least amount of run so that your pressure is effective over the entire run of the hose, but still allow enough slack so that your filling machine can move and have range. So this needs to have some slack to it.